Hello, great day, everybody. Welcome to the community call for SPO. It's May 26th. Uh, Looks like we don't have anything on the agenda. So if anybody wish to discuss anything beyond the standard topics, please add things. At the same time, in the meantime, we were discussing that sort of announcement came from the last week as well, that service binding operator is available as a Helm chart on Artifact Hub. Kartik is responsible for that, so great job on that. Does anybody have any topic? Okay, I take it as a no. So let's take a look and go through the issues or new issues or purpose to discuss. So,
Let's start from the top. Yeah, let's just see what let's just start from the top. Yeah.
These are ordered by time.
I guess it's ordered by the ID. I'm just trying to look if this is if there is a way to
Order by time would be nice. Yeah.
It's when it was created actually. So
okay. That works.
You can take a look for the search by update. Search when issue was created or last updated. Okay, so updated is greater than good. So let's see what has been upgraded since
this last meeting. So last week.
Yeah, last week, and that's 19th, I think.
Correct, 19th.
Right. So there we have 5 issues to be updated since the last week. So user documentation, I guess that is something that's going to be closed soon. There is still an open PR from Andy. So
yep. I've just been iterating on feedback from Shri on that one, just to get make sure that the documentation is correct and follows good documentation standards.
Great. So this issue will be solved soon. It's linked to the PR, so it will be closed automatically. Good. Oops, sorry. Here. So let's take a look at this one. Last week we asked for update, I guess, if I remember correctly. And so we came up with the follow-up. So the question was if the workaround works or the solution. And the response is from yesterday. If the question is whether this could be closed, I'm okay with it. Okay, so I guess this issue can be closed.
Okay.
So I'm closing it. Okay, let's refresh. So Redis.
I started working on that. So should I? Okay, maybe just we can mention.
We can mention it here. Yeah. Hey, I started working on this.
Okay, so Baju, please do comment on that. On that issue. Is there a PR?
That your PR can be linked. Is that okay? That behavior, but I have some comments there. We need to discuss on that.
Well, if there is a PR which who's merging to close this issue, which should be linked here.
Okay, not that PR. I think your PR. I think we'll only keep the that test cases, right? So,
what PR you mean?
There is a PR that you created to describe the behavior, right? This how
yeah. Yes.
It is related actually.
Okay, but it's just for defining. It's this particular issue, define behavior. or something.
Behavior. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So the idea behind this PR is to basically come up with and agree upon the behavior of this feature, all the situations and variations of it.
Yeah.
And it's nice. It would be nice to have it in the form of consumable scenarios for our testing framework, because it is the original idea of having that in the
Yeah.
form of like spoken language or so. So this PR is just for defining the scenarios. I have sent like Kickstart scenarios, 3 of them. They are marked as disabled on purpose because they would be disabled until the feature is implemented.
Right.
And the point and the part of the PR to implement this feature would be to enable those tests, and of course extend them if necessary. Right. So we have like my suggestion for that was that first we would have just if it is optional or not, right? But then we have actually 2 options I see, except throwing an error and failing the binding, in case of if the optional field, which is referenced here, is not found. And first is to exclude that field, so it wouldn't be part of the binding data, or it can be added there as empty. Both cases are valid, I guess. In my opinion, both cases might be valid. So I decided that I would go with like optional equals to what needs to be done, right? Either exclude or empty, right? Or bind it as empty.
Well, let's go through
That's
let's
the
go through the
idea.
logic. Let's go
Right,
through the
that's the
logic a
idea.
little bit.
Right.
So if it's true, that means that there's 2 options, right? So it's either there when the field's there, you bring it in. When it's not there, you exclude it, right?
Well,
Because
but
it's optional.
sometimes you might want to have it there, but keep it empty, or it can be a valid case. So I thought that we might get that, and of course, the field is either optional or not. So it wouldn't be like true or false. The false would be just not having the optional there, right? That's the thing, which is covered by the third scenario actually. So the optional isn't there, and it should fail in the case it's not there. So this has been the option. It's not optional and it's not found. But anyway, I think that was my original idea, that we might cover both cases, right? That we want to keep it either empty or just exclude it. And the point of this PR is to discuss this, come up with solution, agree on.
Okay.
Right. You can change anything, right? This is just a kickoff.
Yeah, let's
kickoff,
review
right?
this. Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, actually, I don't know whether I think this makes it complex. I feel like a simple true or false is sufficient. We don't need to handle this empty scenario. Just if the value itself is empty, that's okay. That value will become like empty. Otherwise, it's going to fail. Like if the false or true is not there, it's going to fail, right? The same way. Yeah. So I think that would be much better, in my opinion. Just a Boolean flag, true or false is sufficient.
Okay, so you're suggesting that just the exclusion would happen,
Yeah.
without any additional option.
Yeah.
Right. And the user could set it to empty if they want to, right? The user could actually set the mapping and and have the field empty if they want to.
Right.
Which could be a valid case too. You know what I mean? It's like empty means something for some people. So I think that's what you were going through. So let's review. I think I tend to agree with Baju, but I
Okay.
put my comments there. And then if someone else has a comment, then we'll see.
Right. So in that case, would it be nice to, instead of having optional equals true or optional equals false, just having an optional or not, right? Just not to keep it keep it less verbose. So either it is optional, so the flag is there,
I
or
like
it is
that.
not, right? So without true
Yeah,
and
because
false.
then I
right?
have to deal with defaults. You know what I mean? So I have to, if it's I say true or false, then I have to decide which one is the default. If
Well,
I
I guess
say if I
yeah.
say optional there or not, I don't have to deal with defaults, because if it's not there, it's false. If it's in,
You know,
it's
in
true.
implementation, you would still get some default, even if it's just a middle reference or something, right? So, but in terms of usage, yes, you don't need to worry.
I like that to just be an option. It's really an option, right? You know,
Mhm.
do we have others like that are just an option?
You mean similar example in our?
Like similar fields on the annotations that are not key value, that are just an option? Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
I don't know if you know. For the user perspective, it's much better, for my opinion, to just be a
Okay.
flag, either it is there or not, right? So that's the thing. Question is how complicated it would be to implement it in our code, because I'm not sure how if we are just having key pairs, key value pairs, and just trying, because I don't think I saw any in our annotations any flag that's not key pair.
Key value.
Key value
Okay.
pair, right? So, but from
So whatever.
the
Yeah.
right. So
User perspective is easier to
yeah,
do. Yeah.
and as I mentioned, before, right now we should worry about the user perspective, not the implementation details, right? So, I would go with the optional be or not be there.
Okay. Well, let's maybe comment on the issue on the. So I think it's a good thing to put this in the issue, right? Because we're having a discussion here too.
Well, I can make it an issue, but you don't.
No. I mean,
Just
can
comment
we
there.
can we make a comment posting
Right.
this PR in the issue that we're working on this? I think that will be
Sure.
healthy.
Yeah, you can.
And since
So
you author that, I will say you can put the comment there, right?
sure. Okay, I'll make the comments
Not here,
later.
not
Not
the other
now.
place. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not okay.
Yeah.
So
What's the next one?
So the next issue is the MongoDB operator. So, okay, so he's working as he is waiting for that. They're working on a block. So I guess we need to wait for the block and to see his response, Michael's response.
Okay. So that's the block that Surthi is working on?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
But I'm thinking about the issue itself is if it is an issue or just using, because the block wouldn't fix anything in a code. It would just show how to use it or how to work around it. So I'd say we have a workaround somehow, but the issue itself, it isn't a bug, right? So
It's not a bug, right?
Right.
Okay.
so I'd say we close it, or we wait for the block to go out and wait for Michael's response if it is satisfied or not. And if he isn't, you can go on, with finding a solution for him.
Yeah, I think we gave him something, right? And then and then we closed it without giving him that.
Right.
Yeah. Good
Okay,
call.
so I'll keep it open.
Good call.
And the last one is using SBO to bind applications running in one cluster with operator managed service on another one. Okay, that's a good one.
Yep.
Right.
I would agree with that.
Yes, but
can't.
How is it? It was 20 nights ago. How is it? It came up. Oh, I know. My search, I had it wrong. It's already in May, not April.
Oh, that's fine though. 2 months.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's fine. 2 months is fine. So I think that one is
Okay, I guess you need to get day before to keep. Yeah. Or we close a couple of them right now. So this is the only issue open from the last week. As far as the PRs go, there is one open 3 days ago for the label selection. Andy is working on that, right?
this is docs, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then there's this optional annotation, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, 2 of 3 PRs were closed, so catalog source was fixed in performance tests. Makefile, this is quite significant change to the users or the developers. The Makefile was reorganized into smaller pieces, sorry. And we started to work. It's almost, and I guess it's already closed, both sides. We decided to run acceptance tests only for the PRs that actually changes, that actually could change SBO itself or the testing framework, so that we don't stale much for example, documentation PRs. You don't need to run the acceptance test actually for documentation changes, right? So that's already been implemented. Let's see how it went, how it goes. All right. Anything else? Guess not. So next time, Shruti would be moderating.
Are we gonna
And-
discuss the? I guess we gotta wait for Andy for the new triage process. Is that a good topic to discuss here? Maybe we could put in the agenda already.
Next week. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
that's for
next
next week. I started working on it yesterday, did not finish
Okay.
because I had other tasks to work on.
Can we put stuff in the agenda for next week right now?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
just make June 2nd. Wow, it's already June.
Yeah.
And I guess we might say that in the next sprint, I think, I don't know if next week isn't still, it's still the same sprint, right?
yes, for us, yes.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. I think we are all set. If anybody else doesn't have anything to say, so I guess we can close this. Thank you,
Pavel.
thank you, and see you next time.
Okay. Thank you.
Same refinement.